Have you ever wondered what it was like to be Lara Croft? To get inside her head, to see through her eyes? Well, we're not really doing that today. What we are going to do is take a look at some footage I got using a free camera mod for Rise of the Tomb Raider to look around, find out what is going on behind the scenes, and also encounter some various odd glitches. I do want to start with something that is actually genuinely interesting. In one of the first levels in the game, when Lara is in Syria, you can see a big city off in the distance. And I decided to take the long trek over there to see if it was real, and look, it is! All of these buildings actually exist, it's not just a one flat image. The fact that they were actually put in there, oddly hovering above Earth, is really cool, I think. Also, when a helicopter goes by in that level, there is no pilot, but the inside of the helicopter actually is modeled, and I wondered why they bothered to do that. But yeah, it's a ghost helicopter just flying by itself. Have you ever wanted to know what a spike trap looked like? Well, it's filled with spears going straight through rocks. That's how you know they're sharp. Then I took a look at this cutscene where Lara is bopping around, sliding around. She is not actually in the coffin at this time when she goes to hide in it. So I went to look under the map because I know sometimes games will store things under the map when they're not in use. I did not find Lara, but I did find this gun just floating under the earth. Then when Constantine and his soldiers come in, they're also bopping all over the place. I just think these are such interesting tricks for cinematic purposes. That guy's sliding around like crazy. And then when Constantine takes his glove off, you'll notice he does not actually take off his glove. It just disappears from his hand. Fun fact. At this point, Lara is inside the coffin. Constantine's arm goes through that guy's gun. And in the background, this guy's arm is just broken and his gun is just... What is going on there? That guy needs a doctor. And if you wanted to know what Constantine's face looked like from the inside, there you go. Here, Lara's elbow completely shatters and breaks, and some odd things there. Then when it explodes, Lara disappears from inside the coffin. She's now on the outside, and there's one of the soldiers just running through the floor, but not actually moving. The water textures here look so interesting from that perspective. I just had to show it. In the interrogation scene, when Constantine is strangling Anna, you can see that the wire he's holding is actually oddly stretching to the floor instead of his hands. When Lara is knocked over in her chair, I'm guessing for Constantine's height purposes, they completely broke his ankles, and they're very odd and bent. Look at that. Ugh! Also here, when he's walking Lara out, they don't actually go through a different corridor. It's the same place. They just reset it and change the lighting. Here is when Lara gets the revolver for the first time. I was just checking out the scene, and then all of a sudden her body disappeared and she was only hair. I don't know why this glitch happened, but I thought it was pretty fun. Just this little blob of hair floating away. When Constantine gouges this guy's eyes out, his thumbs don't even touch the guy's face. More just tricks of the camera. Sometimes it looks better fake than real. In this scene where Lara meets the Remnant for the first time, Jacob is standing in the background the whole time until it's his time to come in. So again, just camera angles, they're just blocking that out the whole time. And then here, Lara's head just moves out of her hair. Wow, I wish that was me. As soon as I play it again, it bops into place. I don't know what was going on with that glitch. Jacob and Sophia are just floating over the ground, and Lara's expressions in this scene are very odd to look at. She's just like sliding backwards with the weirdest smile on her face. When Lara's sitting on the chair, her hands are seriously just doing nothing. It looks like she's trying to channel energy or something. Create some force ball. And she's definitely hovering over the chair. That's not a glitch, that always happens. This is a scene where there's these smoke bombs. I think it's always just interesting to see how they're more like flat textures when you see them from different angles. Not the most interesting thing. When Lara comes to check in on dying Jonah, his legs are casually floating in the air until they go back down again. Who knows why? In the zombie DLC, I love Lara's expressions when she's reading the letter from her uncle. She looks so annoyed. She's like rolling her eyes. And every time she blinks, her eyelids really stretch out. It's really odd. Check this out. Also, this is just the outside of her apartment. You can see she just has an apartment floating in the middle of a cloudy space with stairs. Definitely a dream real estate location, I think. I didn't find anything crazy in this game with the free camera tool. Just a lot of broken joints. I don't know what was going on with Lara's arm in that one scene. I'm gonna link a channel in the description that has done some behind the scenes looks at cutscenes in Rise of the Tomb Raider and various stuff like that, so you can get a different look at this subject. I just want to share a few fun things, you know, so that's what I did. So stay groovy, everyone, and don't lose your body and become a floating piece of hair.